Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal? It is your boy Marley Betts, and this is Brothers and Betts College Edition. Of course, the coach is finally here with us. What up, coach? You there? Or you lagging?
Can you hear me, though? I got my head all. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons is my temporary home right now. I don't have good internet over here. I had the people come out and they didn't provide me with good internet. So I'm going to be going in and out, folks. And if you can't hear me or see me, I will be in the chat. So just bear with us, man. I do apologize. But Marley Betts, what's going down, man? How you been living? How you been acting up in that NFL, man?
First place. Your boy in first place. Out of 32 Kappas. My record is 30, not counting this past Sunday, which I went 3-3. But my record overall is 36-20, I believe. So I'm like 16 games. Over 500s, up about 10 units, something like that. But I'm good. I'm killing the NFL. NFL is looking quite good.
And place they can catch you on both the Brothers and Betts show and on the bag with Jimmy and them boys.
Yeah, man. Fridays too with the homie LJ.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so if you didn't hear that, then that means my service is real bad, bro. But I said Friday. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, that's it, man. Fridays right here or on the Raw World Sports Podcast with LJ. Then Sundays with Jimmy, man. That's it. Killing the NFL, man. Boys got to tune in. We're making bread.
Yeah, man. NFL been kind of, the NFL's been the NFL, dog. And bruh, I don't know how you doing in fantasy. Are you still alive right now, fantasy? I'm alive. I'm barely alive. Mike Evans came alive for me and saved the day because Cooper Kupp he shit the bed, man. But how you looking? Are you still in your league in the playoffs for your league? What?
I'm dead. I'm gonna tell you why. I do terrible in fantasy since I started gambling because like I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean? Like I be forgetting to like put niggas in the starting lineups and you be having bye weeks and shit and making moves. Like I don't.
So that's how I used to be. So I never did fantasy up until 3 years ago, and I was just like, bro, I gamble. I don't need to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have time for none of that and stuff. So finally, I got involved with work. Work brought me on. So then, now we got the homies, all the fellas, the straight G fantasy right now. And that we got a couple of people. You need to get in on that. You, JL, a couple of y'all need to get in on this next year. We could just call it like something that we all can relate to.
Yeah,
because we got 06 cats in there too. So we just need to add the 04, 05. But anywho, the commissioner of our league set it up. Me and D-Boy finished first and second, right? And we didn't even get a bye. And now D-Boy got popped. he got popped. I snuck away by T. Howard, actually the guy who was in our intro. Shout out to T. Howard. I actually snuck away with him. I was up by like a quarter of a point. And so I was about to bench the Vikings defense, but my boy, he was like, yo, sometimes ESPN, they do corrections and stuff. So, point correction. So if somebody on his team get it, like you're not even beating them by a point. So I was like, all right, forget it. Then I'm going to go ahead and start them. But yeah, man. So I'm in the second round. So shout out to everybody who's still alive right now in the fantasy, man. Let's keep it going. But while we on this, man, let's get through this show, man, so we can get out of here, man, and kind of finish watching this crazy Cal versus UNLV game. Right now, what's your play on that? My play was UNLV first half -2.
Yeah, I was gonna do UNLV for a game, but I actually didn't make a play.
Okay. So it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Well, man, let's jump right into it, man. We got our first game going down Friday. This is between both. This is an in-state game, okay? In-state rivalry. This game's going down on the 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Notre Dame Stadium. Football Jesus will be looking down as the Indiana Hoosiers, who are 11-1, taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who are 11-1 as well. Let's get to some of these actual factuals, man. I don't want to be too long with the people. But we can start off with Indiana. Indiana, they're 9-2 against the spread in the last 11 games. The overs hit 9 out of the last 11. They are 11-1 straight up in the last 12 games. The overs also hit 10 out of the last 10 games whenever they're playing on the road. And for some reason, they are 5-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on that Friday. Now, actual factuals for Notre Dame, they're 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 for them boys. They are 5-0 straight up the last 5 games at the crib, 5-0-1 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games played in the month of December, and 5-1 against spread in the last 6 games when playing on a Friday night. So last time we seen Indy, they won 66-0 against Purdue, and last time we seen Notre Dame, they took care of business against USC in their rivalry game. 49-35, they did cover the spread, as did Indiana covering the spread against Purdue, and they were favored by 29 points. So, with all that being said, the very first game of the new college football playoffs, 12 teams. We got Notre Dame, Indiana. Marley, what's your play?
Yeah, man, it's kind of tough a little bit. I should say.
Kinda.
Because before I actually looked at the game, I would have told you, give me Indiana with the points. But the more I looked into it, the more I broke it down, I leaned toward Notre Dame -7, just because the more I look at that Indiana game and Ohio State game, it's like that's the one test they had. You know what I mean? When you go back and look at their schedule, like you look at their schedule, bro, they Purdue, Michigan was only a 5-point game, even though that same Michigan team beat Ohio State, right? But Washington, Nebraska, Northwestern, Maryland, Charlotte, UCLA, and I'm just like, fuck, man. The one time they play somebody and the loss doesn't bother me. Like you go to Ohio State and lose, cool, but like 15-38, like that's not cool, bro. And I just is making it so hard for me. But then I go look at Notre Dame's schedule, bro, and shit, they ain't really played nobody neither though. You know what I'm saying? Like USC is probably their best game. I mean, I go look at their schedule. Georgia Tech, if you want to give them Georgia Tech. And other than that, Army, for what that's worth, Army, Virginia, Florida State, Navy, Georgia Tech, Stanford. I don't even know who this Louisville. Louisville. That's a good one. I'll give them Louisville. Miami of Ohio and Purdue. So, like, I don't really like giving up 7 points with them neither. So, what I think the best way to play this game is I'm on the over 51.5. Because one thing I do know is, for the most part, with the exception of that one game, Indiana can score. You know what I mean? I think they're averaging 40 points a game. Let me go double check because that might be way too much. No, they're averaging 43 points a game. Obviously, they're not going to score 43 points on this Notre Dame defense. They're only giving up 13 points a game. But I do think they can get us to the 20s or 30s. 20s to high 20s. I think Notre Dame will give us at least 30 because this Indiana defense, I necessarily don't believe in it. Just because the level of competition. And when they did play somebody that can actually move the ball, they gave up 35. So Notre Dame will score, Indiana will score. I don't think we're going to get a defensive type game. So my actual play will be on the over 51. I think we're getting a low total. If you twist my arm and make me take a side, I think the side has to be Notre Dame here. I would probably lean. No, I wouldn't lean first half. I would probably give up the 7, man. But I don't know. I kind of waffle on the 7 on both sides. Honestly, I love the total. I think this game definitely goes over. I'm gonna be all over it because I think both offenses will have success. Man, that Ohio State game just bugs the shit out of me, and I want to take the 7 real bad, but I can't. So I'm on the over 51.5. Think both offenses, like I said, will be successful. Indiana's averaging 43 points a game. Notre Dame is averaging 39 points a game. And we did see that, I mean, USC put up 35, so I expect, even though that's a Lincoln Riley-led offense, but I still think we can get in the high 20s, maybe 30. I think Notre Dame will definitely give us 30-something. So put me on the over, man, 51.5. And it's bowl game, bowl week. Team pulling out all the stops. I like the over.
All right. So Marley bets he's on the over 51.5. I'm gonna have to take a side here, man. I don't really do totals for the most part, but I'm liking Notre Dame right here in this spot, -7. I really, really believe that once Marcus Freeman goes up, he's not going to do anything to jeopardize that lead, and they're going to just keep putting it on him. I think Indiana are pretenders. Yes, it is pretty tough to go 11-1, but like you said, as you went through their schedule, there weren't really any big victories. Let's see what you did. A lot would argue that hold on, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to add one. Boom. I'm sorry. A lot will argue that they don't believe that they should have been inside the playoffs. But, I'm going to give it to them. They did their thing in the Big Ten. Big Ten gets all that extra hype like the SEC. But I think the quarterback Leonard, I like the way Love is running the ball. And I just like that 3-headed monster right now with Collins for the Notre Dame. I love this defense. I love Marcus Freeman as a coach. I love him as a defensive coordinator. And I believe once they go up, they're going to keep the points piling. They got a solid run game with Love running the ball. I'm not a believer in Indiana. I think I respect everything they did, all the guys who transferred into JMU and turning that program around. But I'm going with Notre Dame right now. I like the way they've been playing ball. I see them winning.
That's another thing.
I see them winning by at least 10 points for sure. So that's my pick, man. What you got?
Another thing, not to cut you off. Another thing we got to remember too. That's a great point you made. Like at the end of the day, and this is no knock to the coach or to the JMU players, but like these JMU players, dog. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And yes, they were under recruited for a reason, and yes, they've played well past their potential, and some of them have proved a lot of the scouts wrong. But at the end of the day, Notre Dame is one of the top 10 premier schools. Definitely not a top 5, but top 10, top 15.
They got deep pockets, man.
So, we still talking about a different caliber of athlete right now at this moment. You know what I mean? Respect to everything Indiana has done and JMU and the coach and the players that transferred over, but like shit, we're talking big boy football. Like you said, Freeman brings a different attitude to our defense.
All right, well, hey, that's my official play. I'm taking Notre Dame -7. Marley Betts, he's on the over. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That is Marley Betts. We are brothers and bets. You can catch us. When we catch us, be sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms. And let's get on to the next next game. And we're going to go to Saturday, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time. We're talking about the number 11 SMU, straight out of Dallas, 45 North, Mustangs, taking on the number 6 Penn State Nittany Lions, also sitting at 11-2. This game is like I said, 12 o'clock kickoff time in Beaver Stadium. Let's get to some actual factuals about SMU. But first, this game line did open up at 8.5. There hasn't been any movement yet on this game. Actual factuals for SMU, they are 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 games. The overs hit 7 out of their last 10, 9-1 straight up in the last 10 games, 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games when playing on the road, 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games in the month of December, 17-1 straight up in the last 18 games when playing on a Saturday. And the unders hit 11 out of the last 16 games whenever SMU is playing on the road. Get to some actual factuals for Penn State. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 games. They are 11-2 straight up in the last 13 games, 14-2 straight up in the last 16 games when playing at the crib, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against an ACC conference opponent. The over has hit 8 out of the last 9 games whenever Penn State plays in the month of December. Now, the last time we seen both of these teams, they were playing in the conference championship. SMU lost 34-31 against Clemson, where they were a 2.5 point favorite. They lost me a lot of money on the first half and full game. Felt as that everybody saw the game. They went down quick, pretty early in the first, and they fought back, and that landed them here. Penn State, they lost 45-37 against Oregon on that Saturday, on December 7th night. They were a 3-point favorite, so of course they did not cover. With all that being said, Marley Betts, SMU, Penn State, second game of the playoffs. How you feel?
Wait, you said Penn State was the favorite in that game?
Penn State minus 8.5, yes, sir.
Oh, you said in this game? I'm talking about. I thought you. No, mind. I must have heard something. Yeah. All right. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I can't trust Franklin in no big game. Like,
right.
Every time he play a big game, they lose. Like, yeah, I know. I just said, different caliber of player versus small crew versus big school. I literally just said that last game. But SMU different because they got Texas boys, and y'all already know how football is in Texas. So, like, our second tier players are better than a lot of niggas' first tier players. I'm gonna just say that, for real. But I just don't trust Franklin in a big game. Definitely not with a touchdown. And some. Does Penn State have the better players? No doubt. Or at least more recruited players, but I think they're gonna have trouble stopping this SMU offense. I think they will score. Jennings, I can't think of his first name. Hold on, I'm gonna get to my numbers. Hold on, my stats real quick.
Jennings, the quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback. Get his first name down. I know it started with a K, but hold on 2 seconds. I got everything right here. Kevin Jennings. Yeah. Shining out there. Oak Cliff from the hood. 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 74.5 QBR with 67 completion percentage. So, like, I think he's going to have a lot of success against this Penn State defense. I know Penn State defensive line is crucial. I think they're only giving up probably the best line in the Big Ten, only giving up 16 points a game. He's mobile. He can move around. I just don't trust Franklin in these type of games. SMU showed me they can hang with the big dogs with Clemson. As much shit as I talk about Clemson, I think they can go up in Penn State and fight. Like, I'm just not sold on Penn State. I'm actually not that sold on the Big Ten. Maybe that's a conversation for another day. But, like, I'm not a whole lot of sold on the Big Ten. I mean, everybody I already know that by now, I guess. But so I like SMU with the points. I don't think they win this game, but I think it's a close game. I think they can win this game. This got that. You know what this feel like before I let it go? This reminds me of like Boise, Oklahoma, that 1 year.
Okay. The only thing is, man, it's on the road.
It's in Penn
State. It's cold, but it's snow up in Dallas. But man,
yeah, it's cold in Dallas.
Not Pennsylvania cold. It's a little different up there, man. But I don't know. The forecast ain't showing like significant snow. So, not significant snow.
I just don't trust Franklin, dog.
I got you.
Dudes. I mean, man.
What's your play, man? What you got? I said SMU with the points. I got you.
Yeah, with the points.
I'm gonna. So it does scare me though. Can Franklin can't win the big games. Got it. He is home though. That does scare me. They haven't been a very great first half team, to be honest with you, this year. But they do pull away, and he tries to dump it on them late, and we kind of saw him get into it with I guess it was the coach from Maryland, I think. He got into it at the end of the game with another coach not too long ago. I think it was the last game of the year. But I'm right there with you. But I can't see them running away with it. So I'm going to be safe. My official play. I do like SMU for the first half. I do like their advantage as far as, trying to see if whatchamacallit, trying to see if what's my guy's name?
LR, the quarterback.
I want to see if Penn State can keep up the speed coming out the rip. You know what I'm saying? But man, the thing SMU got to stay. They have to stay on schedule. But I'm gonna be safe. And these 4.5s, we've been taking a lot of 4.5s, 4s, 5s in the first half, and it's always been going the other way.
Hold on, bro, because you made me check this. I think it might be raining.
It's gonna be raining.
50% chance is what I'm seeing right now. Oh wait! I might be on the wrong day. Yeah, I'm on the wrong day. Hold on. Saturday. Oh shit, 65% chance.
Yeah, it's gonna be 27 degrees.
Well,
yeah, it's gonna be 27 degrees.
Be cold.
So they gotta come out. They gotta come out start right. So I think that's the concern that everybody has. I can see Penn State. Yes, they can't cover this.
What time is this game?
The full game. This is an early game, so it'll be 11 o'clock game for us. For the Texas kid, so it's not too bad of a zone gap difference. But that's my official play. I like SMU in first half plus 4.5. If it jumps up to 5, then most definitely I'm with it. But Penn State haven't been too impressive to me in the first halves. Second half, they're very liable to take off with it. Because I know he wants to make an impression, and I know he doesn't want anything to happen that's going to jeopardize their playoff spot. So. Marty Betts, he likes SMU with the points plus 8.5. I like him first half plus 4.5. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Betts. We are brothers and bets. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, Instagrams, Twitter, or X, however y'all call it, Facebook, all the social media platforms. We are there. We even on TikTok, man, posting some of our plays. So if you don't see our videos, you can definitely catch us posting our plays the day of events. So let's keep this thing moving, man. And we're going to go to our next game. And UNLV did not cover the first half. So that sucks, man. These bowl games, man. That's why I haven't really been dropping that. Because, man, we just the way the portal is now, it's crazy. You don't know who's here. You find out the day of. Like, it's probably best to just do live bettings on these bowl games that really, really don't matter. But let's jump into our next bowl game, and it's going to be 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And right down the street, we staying in the state of Texas. Big letdown. Dabo Swinney, very, very lucky he got in the way he got in with everything that fell into his lap. And he did what they needed to do. They took care of business. This line did open up minus 11 for the Longhorns. It's gone up to 12. There's some 11.5s right now, but we're going to take 11.5 because that's what we see on UWager, which is our site that we go to. Get to some actual factuals for the number 12 team, Clemson, the winners of the ACC. They are 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6. They are 15-3 straight up in the last 18 games, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games on the road, but 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games against the SEC conference opponent. 18-1 straight up in the last 19 games in the month of December. 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing as an underdog. Actual factuals for the number 5 Texas Longhorns. They are 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. The unders hit 8 out of their last 9. They are 17-3 straight up in the last 20 games. 13-1 straight up in the last 14 games when playing at the crib. The unders also hit 9 out of the last 12 when playing in the month of December. And the unders hit 4 out of the last 5 games whenever UT has played as a favorite. Like I said, we saw Clemson beat the number 11 team in the ACC championship. They won 34-31 as a 2.5-point underdog, while Texas lost 22-19 against the Georgia Bulldogs when they was a 3-point favorite. So with all that being said, the number 12, Clemson Tigers taking on the number 5 Texas Longhorn in Austin, Texas. Marley Betts, what's your play?
Yeah, I'm on Clemson. It's just Clemson plus the 11.5. It's just really too many points. Like, I don't think they're going to win this game. I don't think they're the better team. But, I mean, 12 points, man, I just think that's a little disrespectful to the Clemson Tigers and Dabo Swinney. And I'm not a Dabo Swinney fan. I can't stand Dabo Swinney, honestly. But he's good enough to cover 12 points. Texas is not dominating like that over this Clemson team. Like I said, I do think they win. Both teams are averaging 30 plus points per game. Texas is at 33. Clemson is at 35. Both defenses are giving up. Texas defenses, which I think is legit defense, they're only giving up 12 points a game. Clemson giving up 22. Maybe that's how they got the 11. I don't know. But I just think it's too many points, man. I think this game would be a touchdown. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't think it'll be within the field goal, but I think a touchdown. I could see like a 27-20 type ball game, 24-31 maybe. I don't know. But I just think 12 is just way too many points to be given up against what is a pretty good which is a good shit threw me off. Clemson, which is a good football team. This shit is crazy. What's up? What's up? Hey, cuz I'm doing a show right now. Let me
Yeah.
Hey, say one question real quick.
I got my mute you.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna be.
All right, let me go ahead and talk my play. All right, while Marley's doing that, man, let me go ahead and talk my play. My play comes all the way down to one person and one person only. Cade Klubnik. Why? He's coming home. This kid went to Austin Westlake. For those who don't know, he took his team to a national championship, back-to-back state championship. Somebody must have just passed. Oh God. Their team right now, be sure, ready to play for a national state championship here in Texas. This kid is coming home. I don't think this kid knew he would be ever coming back to the crib, committing to Clemson, but he's back home. So he's going to have family members there. I'm not saying they're going to win, but Clemson is playing good, pretty good defense besides 30 points that they gave up, but conservative and lenient soft coverage. Wow. The whole 9 yards. But I'm right there with you. 11.5 is too much, especially with the Ewers who is thinking about going to the draft, thinking about going to the portal. All right. They ready to get the keys to Archie Manning. It's some stuff going on right now. People are thinking, yo, did he point shave? Like, yo, I'm taking Clemson right now with plus 11.5. That's way too many points. We follow Texas all year long. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my official play. Marley, go ahead. Yes, sir. He is. He's gonna show off. That's my whole pick is based behind Cade. He's going back home. He's playing. His team, his high school is in a state championship right now. Like, he got upset on his mind. You know what I'm saying? Is the support gonna be there? He's not gonna have too much support, Marley Betts, because they got to play a state title. You know, so I don't know if they want to make that trip to go support him. Then go. This is a 3:00 game. That state game gonna be probably 7:00. I don't know, but it's my official play. 11.5 on Clemson. Too many points. What you got?
Okay, went to Westlake.
Yeah, Austin Westlake.
Yeah. That.
Taking on North Crowley. That's gonna be a good game, dog.
It'll be a good game. Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said earlier, man, I'm on Clemson. I think Maffa can slow the game down enough to keep it close. He tough to tackle. So, like I said earlier, man, I really just think it's 2 beat points at the end of the day. I don't think they'll win the game. I'm just like 12 points in a playoff game against a top 10 school, a top 10 talent. Maybe not what they once were 5 years ago, but still a damn good football team. 12 points. I just think it's too many points. I'm gonna take the points. But you said something about you better jump his ass in the portal. He better get the fuck away from Texas. It's gonna be the manager. Come on. He can't. It's only so long. He ain't go there to be on the bench. They ain't pay him all that money to be on the bench neither. Damn, coach. I think he locked up. Oh, there you go.
So we waiting on me. My bad. Yeah, you know, if my stuff, if it slip up like that, you gotta take over. So all right, man. That's how official. You all right? Everything good? I seen your face. Y'all good over there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, let's get to our last game before we do rapid fire for the next two. Probably gonna do some shorts on it because I've been seeing boys jock our style, but I can't hate because we ain't been consistent, But a lot of people doing them shorts, and we were like the first on them shorts. But whatever, it is what it is. Our last national champion, not national. Well, a game that can lead to our national championship. We're talking about the last game of the 12-team format playoff game, and we're talking about the Tennessee Volunteers, number 9, 10-2, taking on the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes. Both teams are 10-2. This is at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time in Ohio State. Actual factuals for this game. The line opened up at 7. We have 7.5. There's some 7s out there, but we're gonna go 7.5, just off of what you wager, because that's our provider. That's our book. Get these actual factuals from SEC Tennessee. The opposite for the last 5. They are 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games. They are 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against a Big Ten conference opponent. 3-9 straight up in the month of December. The opposite for the last 6 games when playing on a Saturday. Actual factuals for the Buckeyes. The underset 5 out of the last 6. They are 5-1 in the last 6 games. 13-1 straight up the last 14 games at the crib. 10 games when playing against an SEC conference opponent. The other 7 out of the last games in the month of December. And they are 9 at the crib on a Saturday. So last time we seen Tennessee, they beat Vanderbilt 36-23 as a 9-point favorite and covered, while Ohio State lost at the crib and did not cover the 19.5 spread, which I knew was bogus, against Wolverines. So with all that being said, Ohio State, Tennessee, Marley, what's your play?
I'm taking your boy. What's your coach name? Keiko, is that his name? Keiko? Your boy.
Marley, what's your play?
What's your coach name? The coach you fuck with over there at Tennessee? All right, I don't know. You're going in and out at this moment. But I'm on Tennessee. I'm on Tennessee plus the 7. I think Ohio State, we're going to see if they can keep up with the speed. I think this is kind of the offenses that do get in trouble, similar like Oregon shit had. Damn, boy, just completely gone. Yeah, so Nico Lamalaliva, the quarterback for Tennessee. I hope I ain't butchered that too bad. My man, 2,519 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 70.5 QBR, 60% completion. We already know that the boys are slinging the ball all over the field. So I'm just going to see if that defense can match up against those receivers and that passing attack. I think 7.5 is just too much. I actually think Tennessee has a chance to win this game outright. So I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on that money line. We know Ohio State gonna try to bully them. 35 points per game offensively, defensively, only 10 points a game. So we know what they go try to do. You know, you can't run on Ohio State defensively, 96, less than 100 yards per game. But what they are vulnerable at is the pass, so to speak. You know what I mean? They only give up 140, versus defensively, but different style of offense over here. Tennessee's defense is not bad itself. It's giving up less than 100 yards rushing, 170 passing, but it's only giving up 13 points per game. I just think I'm not sure, and I'm not a big believer in Ryan Day when it comes to big games. He ain't in the James Franklin boat, but he getting goddamn close. I just think one is too many points. But I'm on 7.5. I might sprinkle a little bit on this money line because I think Tennessee actually had a chance to win this game. Coach, I see you back. So I like Tennessee with the 7.5. Might sprinkle a little bit on the money line. I think Tennessee defense is underrated too. I don't think they get the credit that they deserve. Plus, we got to remember they're in the SEC, so they're playing big boy football week in and week out. But yeah. You got the rest of it, big dog.
Yeah. All right, so Marley Betts, he likes Tennessee plus 7.5. I'm right there with you, man. I like the plus 7.5. I think they might win outright, to be honest. And I think a lot of people feel it this way. A lot of the experts, not the handicap experts, but TV experts, they think too. So I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think this is gonna be a different ball game, man. This is gonna be something that they haven't seen all year. It's gonna come down to it's gonna come down to the trenches play, for both sides of the ball. But I do think, I think Tennessee can cover this. I definitely believe they can cover this. I think, Ohio State, can they win it? Yeah. Say what?
It's in Columbus.
What numbers? What you talking about?
It's in Columbus. It's in Ohio.
Oh yeah. All these games are all these games are on campuses, which is gonna be a unique thing about it. So I like the 7.5. Great. But here's the thing, though, for Tennessee, you play in the SEC. All right. What do they say? There's no environments like the teams in the SEC. That's one of Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban's biggest argument is you go into these environments, no teams are winning like that week in and week out. So I don't think the crowd is going to be a big issue for them because they're used to playing this week in and week out in the SEC. So I really think they can win this game outright, man. So we'll see. The defensive backfield for Ohio State is definitely weak. It just depends what front seven comes to show up for Ohio State. But I do like Tennessee right here with the points. So that is my issue.
Think Ohio State's just going to be able to bully Tennessee's defense. Like, I guess.
They haven't really been able to bully a lot of people like that all year long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just been getting by, and they just been kind of just getting by, man. I don't know. Dave. What's the dude's name? Quarterback, the head coach, Mark Day?
Ryan Day, I think.
Whatever. Yeah, Ryan Day. He's not an old leader to me, man. He got handed the keys to the truck, and I don't think he deserved the job. I think it's time to get out of here. But
that's what I say. Hey, man. Franklin to me.
I say what?
He almost right there with Franklin to me. Like, he don't win the big games. He's won a couple. He's lost to Michigan 3 times.
He wins the transfer portal and the drafts.
Ohio State wins the transfer portal.
That's what I'm saying. So, all right, man. You got 2 games rapid fire for right now that I just, like I said, these bowl games, it's hard to call right now with all this movement. These kids these days, nobody's finishing. Heck, I kind of think UNLV probably about to get popped here shortly. But you got Ohio versus Jackson State. Jackson State supports Florida. Jacksonville State, excuse me. Rich Rodriguez isn't there anymore, right?
Yeah, he's going back to West Virginia.
Yeah. So what's your play on this one, man? How you feel about this game?
I like Ohio coming out the gates.
I
It's
do
rapid
too.
fire, so I ain't really breaking down a whole bunch, but I did watch Ohio last game, and I do know a majority of their kids is staying, and they love the coach there.
Okay.
They love him. They playing for him. He got his first bowl victory last week. That was like after going 3 straight years, I think. So those seniors have been there with him throughout. Jackson State did look good in their last in their bowl game. I think they played. Did they play Western Kentucky? If I'm not mistaken. I think they played Western Kentucky.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which was a
they
revenge
smacked
game
them.
because right, and it was a
Right.
revenge game because they just lost to Western Kentucky right the week before that. So
Mm-hmm.
take that for kind of take that for what it's worth. But I like Ohio here. I like what they're playing for. I like Navarro, the quarterback. He kind of shaky at times. Like he can be off and he can be on. 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Played a great game last week against Marshall of Ohio, which was a really good team in the MAC too. So give me the MAC. I'm gonna take the MAC. I'm gonna take the MAC. I like Navarro. I like what they've been doing. So, they've been on a little win streak.
I
And
got you.
Jacksonville, like I said, Jacksonville been, I haven't watched a lot of Jacksonville. I did watch the Western Kentucky game because I bet on it and I knew it was a revenge game. But I don't know if that was indicative, like 52 points. I don't know if that was indicative of what they normally, do.
I got you. I'll probably back Ohio on this play. All right, let's get to our next bowl game that you had on it. Tulane taking on Florida. Florida sitting at 11.5 favorite, and the total's at 49.5 points. What's your play on this one? If I were to make a lean, I'd probably lean Florida on this
Yeah.
because I think majority of those guys are just trying to play, to get ready for next year, like all the youngest, like with Lagway now.
Right, exactly. And I'm right there with you. I just think I like the way Florida ended the season, a little 3-game win streak. They're still going to play in this bowl game. It's not like they're ranked in the top 5 and got disappointed with the playoffs or whatever, and niggas sitting out and niggas going pro. Nope, not
And
that kind of
last time I
stuff.
seen Tulane, they got beat by Memphis pretty bad. Memphis
And they
ran
just
all
lost to
down.
Army. Not only Memphis,
Huh?
they lost to Army. And they lost to Army before that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got, I think they're on a 3-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they about ready. They ready to pack it up.
They ready to turn it on. I don't think this is one of those we're excited to get to play Florida type of deals. And I think Florida, even though they're probably not excited to play Tulane, but I think the way their season started versus how their season ended, they're happy to be in a bowl game. So I don't think we'll get a lack of motivation. And like you said, players are young, so it's not like dudes are going to the NFL or looking to I don't even think they're going to have that many people transfer. So I think this is more like a building block. Get ready for next season. Like you said, I think they actually can cover 11.5. I think they cover 11.5 easy. This might be a double up spot. I just have to look into it a little bit more. But definitely on Florida.
I got you. All right. Well, man, let's do a recap real quick of our plays. I'm start off with your Marley plays. Marley, in our inaugural 12-game format for college basketball, college football. Check us out for college basketball too. It's going down. We got the total. Marley likes the total in the first game that's going down Friday night between Indiana and Notre Dame. He likes the over 51.5. Saturday morning, Penn State versus SMU. He likes SMU plus 8.5. Saturday afternoon, he likes Clemson plus 11.5. And Saturday evening to conclude the first round of the playoffs, he likes Tennessee plus 7.5. As for myself, folks, I like Notre Dame on Friday night -7. I like SMU first half plus 4.5. I like Clemson full game plus 11.5. And I'm riding with Tennessee plus 7.5 as well. Like Marley said, we're gonna sprinkle just a little bit of on that money line in that Tennessee game. So those are our playoff picks. You can catch us next week as we cover some of the other bowl games. But man, as you can kind of see, as people can kind of see right now, a lot of these bowl games don't have no meaning no more, man. These kids are transferring out, man. The safest thing to freaking do is probably do live betting in here after the kickoff. Once they say this person ain't playing and so so sitting out and da 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 da, because man, it's the wild wild west right now, man. It's tough just calling these games straight up. You know what I'm saying? So, like Memphis yesterday, I mean, we were on Memphis in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But it depending on where you caught it. If you caught it at 5.5 or 5, you know what I'm saying? So
you did what I did and just
Marquette did not cover just now.
Yeah,
but anywho,
that's what just popped up on my phone.
Yeah. Anywho, man, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. You should be sure to catch these videos chopped up, and we will try to do a better job, folks. People life is life right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So Marley, if you can hit us on the prayer, man, at this almost about to hit our 50-minute mark, man, we can get on. I'll get on.
Bet that. As always, man, y'all know what this is. This is Brothers and Bets, and that right there, that's the coach. I am Marley Betts, and may the odds ever be in your favor. Let's eat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Shout out to Heisman, but my nigga, you was in the car while your girl was